Welcome back to FullThrottleRC, everyone. In my last drag racing video, I kind of went over what happened with the wheels. Check that video out if you haven't already, but basically the hexes were rounding out. These are the new ones. I just finished replacing them. This is the old ones. They're kind of rounded off a little bit. Not sure how well you can see that, but I decided since it looked like the hex was rotating in the wheel, I'd just soon replace the wheels as well. The hexes don't look bad, but I'm just gonna replace them just to be safe. I got a brand new set of Proline Split Six wheels here, but you might have noticed I don't use the Split Six Beadlock rings. These are my own custom 3D printed beadlock rings. I designed and printed these myself to use all 12 screw holes in the wheels instead of just the 6 that Proline uses from the factory. And it also gives it more of a scale drag racing appearance, more of that scale beadlock appearance. I do have these available for sale now. I had a bunch of people asking me about them, so I finally put everything together to be able to put these for sale and get them out to you. I'll have them in just straight black right off the printer, as well as with these painted inserts here. They'll all come with all of the hardware needed to install it. I'll have a link down in the description with an email address that you can contact me at if you're interested in getting a set yourself. So today what I'm gonna do is swap out these wheels and we'll go through the process of putting on these beadlock rings. It's pretty simple and straightforward, so let's get into it. Obviously the first thing I have to do is remove the beadlock rings from these old wheels to get the tires off, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that on both of these right quick. The new hardware uses a 2.5mm hex head, so the easiest way for me is to use the drill and run these out quickly. So these DE racing tires are getting pretty close to being shot, but they're still good. I'm still gonna be able to get a couple more passes out of them, so I'm gonna throw them right back on there. I still have the tire bands in there. These are 3D printed out of Ninja Flex filament. They're working pretty well, so I'm gonna leave them in there. Most of the wheel install is just as simple as normal. We're gonna insert this ring in here, make sure it seats nicely. Now with that ring installed, we'll slide the wheel in, make sure it seats in there as well, and then it comes to our new ring. I'm gonna line that ring up and try to line some of the holes up. We'll start with one. I'm gonna use the drill in a bit, but I like to start with the driver just to make sure I'm getting it in the hole, making sure everything's lining up right. So I got one started there. We're gonna go to the opposite corner now. Like a wheel has a corner. And now I'm just gonna get 2 more in, and then I'll start being able to use the drill to run these in a little quicker. So even though I'm gonna be using the drill here, I still wanna go slow. I still wanna work in a crisscross pattern, working from one side of the wheel to the other, and then working around in that circle to make sure that beadlock ring sits nicely on the wheel, and I don't have any unevenness. Also have the clutch turned pretty far down on the drill to make sure I'm not stripping out any of the plastic threads. And now with all 12 in, I'm gonna slowly work my way around again till it seats all the way against the wheel and it's flush. Now that the beadlock ring is sitting against the wheel everywhere, I'm gonna come back and hand tighten them all once again with that same pattern by hand. All right, so that's nice and flush on there. It's mounted nicely. The tire's held on there tightly. Everything looks good. I got one more to do and then we'll throw them on the car. Just like that, we got a brand new set of hexes, brand new set of wheels, and some nice beadlock rings to add some scale detail. I've been running these 3D printed beadlock rings for a while now and haven't had much trouble with them. I'm sure you've seen in a couple of my videos where I've had the bead pop out on the tire. That was mostly due to other problems though, like crashing the car with the throttle wide open and that kind of stuff. I haven't really had any trouble with the bead popping out just randomly through a run. They seem to hold up fine and they're doing well for me. I really like the beadlock instead of a glued on wheel because it's a whole lot easier to change out tires. I'm not having to use acetone to change the tires out or having to buy new wheels every time I have to change the tires out. So I really like this and it looks really cool. So like I said, if you want a set, if you're interested in trying to get a set, I have a link in the description below. shoot me an email and I'll get back with you. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If you like these beadlock rings, if you like these new wheels, make sure to subscribe and click on that bell icon to get notified when I upload new videos. That way you don't miss any drag racing videos or any other videos I have coming soon. As always, thanks again for watching. Peace.